Manila Broadcasting Company.
Dibisyon ng Biliran Alternative Learning System kasama ang buong kagawaran ng edukasyon at kaagapay ang pamahalaan ng probinsya ng Biliran ay buong pusong inihahandog ang programang pangradyo na pinamagatang Als Radyo Eskwela. Ito ay inyong mapapakinggan tuwing Lunes at Biyernes sa ganap na alas 11 hanggang alas 11:30 ng umaga dito lamang sa 103.9 Radyo Natin FM. Walang makahahadlang, walang maiiwan sa Alternative Learning System. Tiyak na may pag-asa, sama-samang lilipad para maabot ang pangarap sa hamong kinakaharap. Patuloy na aangat, edukasyon para sa lahat, sulong edukalidad. Ito ang DepEd Als Radyo Eskwela ng Dibisyon ng Biliran.
Good morning. Hello, I am Teacher Jake and I will be your teacher broadcaster for today's episode of Als Radyo Eskwela. How are you, our dear Als learners and listeners? I hope you have a great day and blessed day because today we will tackle new topic that will flare up your curiosity and spirit to learn. But before everything else, we would like to encourage everyone to keep on listening to 103.9 Radyo Natin FM Naval and Als Radyo Eskwela every Mondays and Fridays at exactly 11 o'clock in the morning. And to those who cannot tune into the radio, you can still watch us through Facebook Live. Just go to the official Facebook page of 103 Radyo Natin FM Naval. And just like the saying, no man is an island, I myself am not alone here in the station. Here with me all throughout the whole episode as my co-anchor is no other than Teacher Ruben of Biliran District. Good morning, Teacher Ruben.
Good morning to Teacher Jake and to our Als learners and listeners who's very eager to learn new knowledge here with us at 103.9 Radyo Natin FM Naval. Als Radyo Eskwela.
Yes, Teacher Ruben. I can really feel their passion and eagerness to learn. Today, we will be discussing all about our cardiovascular system or circulatory system.
That really is an interesting topic, Teacher Jake. But before we proceed to our discussion, let us have some fun first by having the game Tanong Ko, Sagot Mo. The mechanics of this game is so easy. At the beginning of the game, we will be giving a question which you will answer. The first person who can give the correct answer together with their name and address through text in this phone number 0912-490-2253 or comment on our Facebook Live will win the grand prize worth 50 pesos of regular load. Again, the first person who can give the correct answer together with their name and address through text on this phone number 0912-490-2253 or comment on our Facebook Live will win the grand prize worth 50 pesos of regular load, which is sponsored by one of the Als implementer here in the division of Biliran, no other than my partner, Mr. Junal Jake Escaton from Biliran District.
My pleasure is mine, Teacher Ruben. But did you get the direction of our game Tanong Ko, Sagot Mo? If that is the case, it is nice to hear. So what are we waiting? Let us start the ball rolling. Please listen carefully because I am going to read the question twice only. The question is, it is an organ system of our body that is responsible in the circulation of oxygen in our blood and other nutrients to the different parts of our body. Again, It is the organ system of our body that is responsible in the circulation of oxygen in our blood and other nutrients to the different parts of our body. Do you already have the answer to our question? If you know the answer already, just send it through text message together with your name and address or comment it down in our Facebook Live. If you find the question difficult, let me give you a hint. It is a main organ. The main organ of this organ system is the heart.
So the question is up. What are you waiting, our learners and listeners? Send your answers together with your name and address through this number 0912-490-2253 or comment it down on our Facebook Live and get a chance to win 50 pesos worth of regular load. Alright, the topic that we will be discussing is all about cardiovascular or circulatory system. But before we start our discussion, I want you to take notes and be on a place where you are comfortable for a more effective learning. Are you all ready to learn now? Very good.
Our body is composed of different body systems, such as integumentary system, respiratory system, nervous system, and cardiovascular system or circulatory system, and more. But for now, let us focus on our circulatory system first. Let us look at our hands first. Can you see your veins in your hands? Very good. Those veins are part of our circulatory system. What do you think is the main function of our circulatory system? Nice! The main function of our circulatory system is to circulate oxygen in our blood and other nutrients to the different parts of our body.
That is right, Teacher Jake. The circulatory system is indeed one of the very important organ systems in our body. The main organs of our circulatory system are the heart and the blood vessels. The heart is a muscular pump that is a central component of the circulatory system. It is the body's circulatory pump that is responsible for the movement of blood throughout the entire body. It is mostly made up of cardiac muscle tissue, which requires its own constant supply of oxygenated blood.
That is right, Teacher Ruben. The heart is the main organ of our circulatory system. But do you know the size of your heart? Do you really want to know? That is nice. Just clench your fist and put it in your chest. That is the approximate size of your heart. Your heart is a pear-shaped organ that lies between your lungs and is slightly tilted to the left. Our heart is made of two chambers, namely the atrium and the ventricle. These chambers help in pumping the blood going inside and outside of our heart. The right pump collects blood from the body and sends it to the lungs. The left pump collects blood from the lungs and sends it to the rest of the body.
To make it simple, each pump has two chambers, the atrium and the ventricle. The atrium has a thin wall while the ventricle has a thick one. Each atrium receives and stores blood. Each ventricle, on the other hand, pumps blood away from the heart. The atria and the ventricles are separated by one-way valves.
Do you know how a heartbeat sounds? It usually sounds like lub-dub, lub-dub. This sound is produced by the closing and opening of the valves in the heart, especially if we are from strenuous work or after doing high-intensity workout. Your heart will keep on pounding like you are in love, or maybe you're just drinking too much coffee. Just kidding.
That is true, Teacher Jake, but aside from doing workouts and drinking coffee, you can also feel your heartbeat by taking your pulse. To take your pulse, place the middle and index fingers of one hand on the rest of the other hand. Move your fingers slightly until you feel a throbbing point.
Now, since we already know that the heart is the one that pumps blood, where do you think the pumped blood go? Very good. It goes to the other parts of our body. But how does it travel to the other parts of our body? Excellent! It travels through our blood vessels, which is a network of small, hollow tubes that carries blood through the body. But do you know that if you were to take out all of your body blood vessels and line them up end to end, they would be able to go around the earth twice?
That is an interesting trivia, Teacher Jake. Our blood vessels are located all over the different parts of our body, and there are three types of blood vessels in the body: the arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries are what we call efferent vessels because they carry blood away from the heart. Every time your heart beats, blood is pumped into your arteries. The walls of the arteries stretch as the blood comes in. As it passes by, the walls relax. The stretching and relaxation of the artery wall is the pulse. You feel your pulse at your temples, neck, and wrist.
The veins are called afferent vessels because they bring back blood toward the heart. Most veins carry deoxygenated blood except for those pulmonary vein, which carries oxygen-rich blood from the lungs to the heart.
To make everything more easily to understand, the arteries are called an efferent vessel which carries the oxygenated blood away from the heart, while veins are called afferent vessels which carry the oxygenated blood from our lungs to our heart.
Did you already get the difference between arteries and veins? Very good. If you haven't get the difference between arteries and veins, you can refer to the module given by your Als implementer entitled Understanding Our Circulatory System on page 10. Since we are done with the arteries and the veins, let us now discuss about the capillaries. Capillaries are very tiny blood vessels, so small that a single red blood cell can barely fit through them. They help to connect your arteries and veins in addition to facilitating the exchange of certain elements between your blood and tissues.
And those are the three types of blood vessels: the arteries, the veins, and the capillaries, in which the arteries carries the blood away from the heart and the veins carries the blood towards the heart, and lastly, the capillaries that helps in connecting our arteries and veins and are the smallest blood vessel in our body.
Do you have any questions? Just drop your questions on our comment box, and if you do not have any questions, that is nice to hear. So we have already discussed about the heart and the blood vessels and its types. Aside from those two components of our circulatory system, there is still another component of our circulatory system that is very important, like the two components mentioned. Can you guess the other component? Very good! It is our blood.
But before we discuss about the blood, let us have a recap of what we have discussed lately. Are you ready? Then let's go. What was the main function of our heart? Very good. Its main function is to pump blood and is responsible for the movement of blood throughout the entire body. What do you call the network of hollow tube that carries blood through the body? Excellent! It is the blood vessels, and it has the different types. Can you name it? Very good! It is the arteries, the veins, and the capillaries.
That is right, Teacher Ruben. But aside from the heart and the blood vessels, the blood is also essential component of our circulatory system. But why is it essential? Very good. Our blood is called the fluid of life. Without blood, human life would not be possible. Have you ever seen a real blood before? Me too. What is the color of the blood? Correct. It is color red. Aside from knowing that the blood is red, let us debunk some information about our blood.
Blood is the red fluid circulated throughout the body by the circulatory system. In human beings, blood is considered a connective tissue. It is a connective tissue because it is produced by the bone marrow inside bones, which are connective tissues. However, compared to other connective tissues like ligaments and cartilage, blood is liquid. This enables blood to have special properties that other connective tissues do not have.
It also contains substances needed by the body to maintain normal cell function. The blood exchanges nutrients and water with all the cells found in the body. The lives of all the cells in your body depends on the job done by your circulatory system.
Our blood also serves as the carrier of waste products to be transported out of the body through the urinary or excretory system. It enters the kidneys through the renal arteries where it is filtered. Clean blood re-enters bloodstream through the renal vein. Filtered waste travels downwards as urine, to be ultimately excreted out of the body through the other parts of the urinary system.
So our blood has three main components: the red blood cells, the white blood cells, and the platelets. Red blood cells or erythrocytes are the largest group of cells in the body. They contain hemoglobin, which picks up oxygen and gives the red color pigment of our blood. The white blood cells are leukocytes that defends the body against harmful microorganisms through phagocytosis, it engulfs and eats up bacteria that invade the body cells. They are the so-called the army of our body.
Lastly, the platelets. Platelets are not real cells. They are fragments of cell material from bone marrow. They play an important role in blood clotting, which is a series of steps taken by blood cells in order to stop bleeding. That is why every time we cut ourselves, the bleeding stops.
Did you get our today's discussion? Very good. Do you have any questions and clarifications? If none, then you've made a great job. But if you have, just comment it down on our Facebook Live.
But to make sure that they will surely get everything that we have discussed, let us have some recap. What is the main organ of our circulatory system? Very good. It is our heart. But how does our heart function? You are right. The main function of our heart is to pump blood.
Yes, Teacher Ruben. The main function of our heart is to pump blood. But do you know where those blood go? Very good. It goes through a hollow tube called blood vessels. What do you think is the function of our blood vessels? Very good. Our blood vessel serves as the pathway of our blood in order to circulate from our heart to the different organs of our body.
We all know that our blood circulates in our body, but what is its main function? Excellent! The main function of our blood is to bring oxygen to the different parts of our body. To make it simple, our blood is the delivery guy of our body.
Did you get our lesson for today's episode? Very good. Again, what are the main components of our circulatory system? Very good. These are the heart, the blood vessels, and the blood.
I think you are now ready to have a short quiz. Are you now ready? Very good. We are just going to test how much you've learned from our today's lesson. Get your paper and pen and make sure you are in a comfortable place because we are about to start.
Listen attentively because we are going to read the question twice only. All you have to do is to choose the correct answer from the given choices and write only the letter of the correct answer. Again, all you have to do is to choose the correct answer from the given choices and write only the letter of the correct answer. Are you ready? That is nice to hear.
Number 1. It is the main organ of our circulatory system. Again, for number 1, it is the main organ of our circulatory system. A. Lungs. B. Veins. C. Heart. D. Blood. Again, for letter A, lungs. B. Veins. C. Heart. D. Blood. Now let us see if we have got the correct answer. The correct answer for the question number is letter C, heart.
That is correct. The heart is the main organ of our circulatory system. Did you get the correct answer? Very good. Now let us proceed to question number 2. It serves as the pathway of our blood in order to circulate around our body. Again, it serves as the pathway of our blood in order to circulate around our body. A. Heart. B. Skin. C. Muscles. D. Blood vessels. Again, A. Heart. B. Skin. C. Muscles. D. Blood vessels. Do you have your answers? The correct answer for the number 2 is letter D. Blood vessels.
Our blood vessels is a hollow tube that serves as the pathway for our blood to flow around our body. Did you get the correct answer? Very good. Now for question number 3, it serves as the carrier of oxygen and other nutrients to other body organs. Again, it serves as the carrier of oxygen and other nutrients to other body organs. A. Blood. B. Blood vessels. C. Veins. D. Heart. Again, A. Blood. B. Blood vessels. C. Veins. D. Heart. Do you have your answer now? The answer for number 3 is A. Blood. Again, the correct answer is letter A. Blood.
You're right, Teacher Ruben. Our blood serves as a carrier of oxygen and other nutrients to other blood organs. Did you get the correct answer? Very good. Now for question number 4. These are the 3 main components of our circulatory system. A. Skin, lungs, and veins. B. Liver, blood, and artery. C. Heart, blood vessels, and blood. Letter D. Blood vessels, blood, and lungs. Again, these are the 3 main components of our circulatory system. A. Skin, lungs, and veins. B. Liver, blood, and artery. Letter C. Heart, blood vessels, and blood. Letter D. Blood vessels, blood, and lungs. The answer for the question number 4 is letter C. Heart, blood vessels, and blood. Again, the answer for the question number 4 is letter C. Heart, blood vessels, and blood.
We hope you are keeping up with us because we are now on the last number, question number 5. It is the organ system that is responsible for the circulation of blood in our body. Again, it is the organ system that is responsible for the circulation of blood in our body. A. Integumentary system. B. Circulatory system. C. Nervous system. D. Respiratory system. Again, for letter A, integumentary system. B, circulatory system. C, nervous system. D, respiratory system. The answer for question number 5 is letter B, circulatory system.
Did you get all the correct answer? If yes, then congratulations! But if not, do not worry because we still have lots of activities in your module which will be distributed by you as implementer.
Do you have any question? Very good. We have now gained lots of knowledge from our today's discussion. But before anything else, let us announce first the winner of our Tanong Ko, Sagot Mo. The question of our Tanong Ko, Sagot Mo is, it is an organ system of our body that is responsible in the circulation of oxygen, our blood, and other nutrients to the different parts of our body. And our lucky winner of 50 pesos load is no other than Spencer Dave from Naval, Biliran. And his answer is circulatory system or cardiovascular system. Again, congratulations to Spencer Dave from Naval, Biliran. We will send your reward after this segment.
Another episode has ended and new knowledge has been gained. We hope you have learned a lot from our today's discussion. Always stay tuned to Als Radyo Eskwela every Mondays and Fridays at exactly 11 o'clock in the morning.
I am Teacher Ruben and I am happy being with you today. I hope you have learned a lot. Continue on learning and keep on moving. Always pray to God and stay positive. Again, this is Teacher Ruben leaving you with a saying from Leo Buscaglia. Change is the end result of all true learning.
And I am your teacher Jake, leaving you with a saying from Aristotle, the roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet.
And this is Biliran Radyo Eskwela.